then I want to hear how you were feeling about today. Want to know why? Because today's Wednesday. Phil, you finished Wednesday season 2.
Yep.
Here's my, just top of the level. I'm not going to ever watch it. There's nothing you could say that'll convince me to watch it. Sorry. Not a lot of buzz, I think, for season 2.
Yeah.
Definitely been conversation, but nowhere near to the same degree as season 1. Not even close, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I want to know, Phil, Wednesday season 2, score out of 10. Was it better than season 1? Should more people be talking about this? Tell the people. Don't tell me. Tell the people.
No, I got you.
Let them know.
Score. Well, first off, it was not better than season 1. It wasn't. I'm going to be for real. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I think that the thing that kills it is there was a huge mystery and introduction that goes into season 1 that had us all curious of where this place is, Nevermore, who Wednesday is in this show, Jenna Ortega, and how open or how big this world can get. We got all that in season 1. Season 2 feels like we don't go any bigger than that. It feels like we are consolidated to one spot where we were going to different spots in season 1. I feel like it was smaller, but I still had some fun with this. So my score for this in total was, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The first season I gave a 9 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it, but 7 out of 10 for season 2. Season 2 had its fun moments. There was one episode where they had a Freaky Friday moment, and I loved it.
That's the only thing I've seen, actually.
That was unbelievably funny. But other than that, I don't feel like there was a mystery I could really tag on to. I was talking with Tyler in the car about this earlier. The first part of season 2, the first 4 episodes, there was a mystery that started out the show. And it was okay, it's interesting. We're going to learn who's in the hood. Maybe later. It's probably going to be a big reveal. Doesn't end up being that way. It's revealed to you in part 1. And it's okay, that was a shock, but it's not it's more okay. Then the season takes a pause. And now you're wondering where the heck everything else is going to go in season 2. In the part 2 of season 2. Part 2 of season 2 comes, and it is very interesting. There are a lot of reveals where it's whoa, okay, this character is related to that character, and now what are they going to do? And then now there's more secrets coming out, and I'm thinking they're all going to unravel, but really those secrets just come. And now they're getting you ready for season 3. And I feel like that was the thing that kind of ruined it for me, because it's season 1 was all around really good because you get the secret answered for you at the very end. And it's a shocker to everybody. Because the shocker in season 2 is who the monster is, who was killing everybody. In season 2, it's just more secrets that don't really have that anticipation.
So instead of adding one big overarching secret, it's kind of just a mix of a bunch of little things that get solved way too quickly, and you're just oh okay.
Yes over and no, because some of those secrets they didn't solve are going into season 3, but they're not secrets that I'm dying to know. They're more okay, that'll be interesting to kind of find out. But that was kind of my gripe with it. I don't feel like the secrets and the anticipation was as big as season 1.
Yeah,
but I still enjoy it, and I'm still going to be excited to watch season 3 because I really am curious to see how they can return back to that level of season 1, because you have to. I mean, I know it's going to be famous enough, but just like you said, the buzz wasn't that crazy for season 2. And I remember season 1, everybody was talking about it.
Yeah,
everybody was going crazy for the dance. A church did a Wednesday themed church service, and everybody mixed feelings on it, but that's how crazy the show was going. Everybody loved it. So season 2, I'm not fully bought in on, but it was still decent, if that makes sense.
So I'm looking at IMDb scores.
Yeah,
weirdly enough, the scores are actually higher than season 1.
Oh
yeah, which is kind of interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really curious. So leave it to you guys. Did you guys think season 2 of Wednesday was better? Because look, I think it's interesting that I think people weren't talking about it to the same degree, but the scores are telling me that season 2 is better. So why is it not hitting the same way? Could it be because of Netflix's new release order where things aren't all coming out at once and instead they're releasing 4 and 4, right? That's what they did for this, right? They did 4 and then
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
and 4.
Or is it just because like that was just like a fad and it kind of died out? Sort of like Squid Games, and I feel like people, to a lesser degree, I think each season of Squid Games had less and less people care. But like what do you guys think? Like, what do you think? Like, do you think it's the release order problem? Do you think it's just like, why do you think people aren't watching Wednesday?
One thing that
Really fast. This is the assumption that like people aren't. Do we have numbers? I don't know if we even actually have numbers. I imagine it's number 1 on Netflix, but like that could be dependent on multiple factors. Like, oh, there's nothing out on Netflix right now. Oh, there's like this, that, whatever, you know? So with this, like the user scores being a lot lower than Wednesday, being 4,000 here, and then like on their most popular episode for season 1, it's at 11,000. Like that's 7,000 less. Yeah, I did the math right. 7,000 less. Like, what's the difference there? Like, do you think it's the same?
I don't think it's like a whole release schedule thing or anything. I think maybe it's also because they did get like more personal with it. Like they did have more moments where Wednesday and Eden are having more moments of actually trying to get to know each other and why Wednesday's this way, why Eden is that way. And maybe that whole thing of them learning more about each other drove the audience to love them more. Maybe that could be it. I'm still at a 7 out of 10, but if they like, there were some personal moments, so maybe the audience just loved that more.
Now, could it be though the like it's not talked about as much in terms of like there is probably the same amount of people watching it because of how long it took them to release it? Because this is 3 years. This show came out, the first season came out in 2022. This season came out in 2025.
Yeah.
Do you think that them taking so long to release the second season could have been why you lost some people?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'd say so.
Do you think the show needed 3 years? Like, is there a lot that's like, oh yeah, this makes sense that it took... I think actor strike needs to be taken into consideration because definitely like 2023 was like a weird time for Hollywood because the actor strike. But I mean, even still, like another 2 years, you know, like that's kind of crazy. Especially because it got renewed immediately too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that's a very good question because if anything, like just like us with Invincible, like it took a long time to get season 2. And I mean, season 2 was set up.
Yeah.
But it was still like good to us.
But even that like conversation was understood because it was clear why it was taking so long.
Yeah.
You know, they were switching studios. Robert Kirkman was trying to build up his own internal animation studio so they had less people. Like that's different than like Wednesday where they like probably wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I think there is a problem with TV right now where a lot of TV is taking multiple years to make, which is fine. Like you want quality, but I think that comes at the sacrifice of people and viewership. And at the end of the day, you're making these things so people can watch them.
Yeah.
And you're losing people for how long it's taking to make these things. You're seeing it with, I think, even happened with The Boys. People, I don't think that's gonna like be off. Like people would be like, yeah, no one's watching the final season of The Boys. People are gonna be watching it 100%.
Yeah.
But like when people found out it was gonna take 2 years to get another season, people were like, dude, what the heck? What do you mean it's gonna take 2 years?
That was a
like
long
that's
time,
crazy,
man.
You know,
I felt that.
I think you see that with a lot of TV nowadays, where it's like super normal for it to take multiple years to come out. Where back in the day, it used to, like, remember CW shows? Look, they don't look the best, but like they would come out yearly, and it's like, oh, okay, it's February now. My next February we'll have like another season. You know, like they'll take their they would 24 weeks, whatever. Regardless, like they would crank those things out properly. You know. With a realistic amount of time. Who knows about like even development cycles? Maybe those development cycles were super toxic. Maybe like it was a lot of like crunch and hard work and not great work conditions. That could be a reason too. There's a big conversation in terms of like 2-year gap compared to 1-year gap compared to 5, whatever. Do you think shows should be released faster? Do you think it matters? Do you think like...
To me, I'm always going to be on the side of just give us the best quality show you can, give us the best quality movie you can, because you never know. Like Avatar, that's an example. I know nobody's gonna live up to that perfection or like that level of like getting the money whenever you want, wherever you want, but the quality of it is better now. It's better. And I know
you're talking about Blue People Avatar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Blue People Avatar. But like I feel like the longer it takes for stuff to come out, is a better chance of it getting like some rewrites, like actually looking a little sharper. Like I feel like the more time, the better.
Now, to counter this with the other Avatar people, the first 3 seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender, or the only 3 seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender, all came out within a year span of each other. That having a fine development cycle and it being objectively one of the greatest shows, like I think it's like one of the highest rated shows on IMDb.
It's like a 99.
Yeah, 9.3 on IMDb, one of the highest rated shows, like ever. So does time matter or does people matter? Like, because sometimes it may not be a time thing. It could maybe just be when you have a focused group of people that like know exactly what they want. They're able to crank things out that are quality within a strong period of time. So like, do you think it kind of depends still? Because even still, like if a show's saying like, oh, we need 3 years, but like other people are making that exact same amount of quality in a year, what's the give and take there, you know?
I don't know.
What could be the just depends.
I think it just depends because I still feel like fans, whether they love season 1 or not, like, or if they love season 1, they're still going to be there when season 2 is much better. But like, I think it just fully depends on the quality of the project. I think that's going to be the most important thing. Because even if a fan goes, season 1 was so good, I can't wait. And then, you know, you get this timeline, then it runs out, and then it gets delayed, and that person falls off. Then you have the fans who are there for the first release of the first episode of season 2 going like, oh, you got to watch it. It's actually really good. It's worth the wait. And then you got those fans coming back. Yeah. So I feel like it just matters on the quality mainly.
I think I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the only problem with time is building anticipation. The longer you take to make something, the higher expectations go. And when expectations are through the roof because you took 3-4 years, like people are not going to have realistic understandings of like what this actually is, you know? I'm not saying that's what happened Wednesday. Again, I didn't watch the show. I just think there should be a conversation to be had where like, is there a way that these shows can come out faster with the same quality? If that's not the case, then personally, I don't care. I just wanted to have the dialogue for fun. I just see it's a conversation.
No,
I think it's a conversation a lot of people have, and I think there's a lot of toxicity behind it.
Yeah.
Because like I think a lot of people will get mad at people that say like, no, I do want yearly. Like I want this to come out faster.
Annually.
I actually don't think that's a bad opinion. For some things, I agree. I think for like sitcoms, right? Sitcoms usually come out within like a year, like yearly. Because like they're a lot easier to film and make. If a sitcom was coming out every 3 years, I'd be like, all right, like pump the brakes, buddy. Like this shouldn't be taking that long, you know? But like I think, obviously movies like Avatar, wholeheartedly that makes so much sense. Like it's gonna take freaking years.
Big time.
But I just think it's interesting to think about like where's the balance, where's the give and take, what can we like do? I think that also brings in the conversation that people like execs want to have with AI. Well, we'll get these things out faster if we use AI. But obviously I don't think anyone wants that. Like there's the problem is people want quantity without the sacrifice of quality. And that's usually not realistic. Yeah. Where everyone's going to have their own development cycles. Everyone's going to have their own process. And that just kind of takes longer, like more longer than maybe other people doing it. Some people might be able to, exactly like Avatar: The Last Airbender, might be able to get something out year, and it'd be just as good as the previous, if not greater. As opposed to something like Wednesday that can make something that's like, it's like better, maybe not. Like it kind of depends within 3 years. You know, 2 completely different shows, 2 completely different audiences. Yeah. Just an example of something that's like I would love to know how the dev cycle works comparative to like other projects.
But just like you, I'm not going to get mad at people who are like, I want it faster, because it does make sense. Like me, I've just seen so much stuff where it's kind of like, okay, well, if they got to really work on it, they can work on it. But like with other people I know who like haven't watched a lot of stuff probably, who are like, this is the only thing I like really care about and I just want to see it now. I understand. Yeah. I'm not going to rip them for it. Like, I just have my own opinion on it. I don't mind waiting. Yeah. That's just a big thing.